January 20th, 2025, under President Haley, how does American foreign policy towards Russia change?
Well, first of all, the number one goal is to prevent war. I don't want their sons and daughters to go to war either. I don't want my husband to go to war. So it is always about preventing war. And when you look at Russia, you know, I look at the fact that Donald Trump says, when he goes off the teleprompter, this is what happens, you see his true self. He goes and says that he would encourage Putin to invade our allies. Keep in mind, you're siding with a man who kills his political opponents. You're siding with a man who arrests American journalists and holds them hostage. You're siding with a man who's made no bones about wanting to destroy America. And you're going to side with that thug over the allies that stood with us after 9/11? What I will do is I am very aware of how Russia loves to cause chaos, how they love to take advantage of the situation. After Trump did that, Russia felt emboldened. We now see troops going around the Baltic countries. That's not what we want. The way you deal with Russia is you let them know that as an alliance, we're going to stand strong. Russia is intimidated by NATO. NATO has been a 75-year success story. Do we want and demand that those countries do more? Absolutely. But do you ever splinter the alliance? No. America can never be so arrogant to think we don't need friends.
These were some of the same arguments that were made during the time you were UN ambassador, during Trump's first administration. Navalny was alive during that time. Ukraine wasn't invaded. We had the Abraham Accords and basically peace in the Middle East in a way we hadn't seen before. Trump says now that if he was president, Navalny would be alive and Ukraine wouldn't be invaded. Is he right?
No, because Putin...
So Trump's changed.
Putin killed Navalny because he was trying to show all of the Russian people, don't counter me, don't oppose me going into these Russian elections. He was making a statement. He's done it before. When I was at the UN, he had poisoned others, the Skripals. He had poisoned them on British soil. That's what Putin does. The problem is, I don't know why Trump gets weak in the knees when it comes to Putin. I've never understood it. I talk about it in my book. I've addressed him on it. It is a problem. He needs to see him for the thug that he is. Russia, China, and Iran are in an unholy alliance. If you don't see that with clarity, that's a problem. And the leader of the free world needs to have moral clarity. They need to know the difference between right and wrong. This is about preventing war. That's the key.
So give me the specifics. How does American foreign policy on January 20th towards Russia change?
First of all, towards the entire world, I went and told Donald Trump this, and I think it's important. Stop giving money to countries that hate America. Stop trying to buy off countries. We can't do that. What we need to do is make sure no country will get straight up cash from us because you can't follow it, you can't hold it accountable. Ukraine will have a friend in us because we know if Ukraine wins, China won't invade Taiwan. Israel will have a friend in us because we know Iran. There would be no Hamas, Hezbollah, or Houthis without Iran, and right now they feel emboldened. We would make sure that we sanction Russia, not just sanctioning them, but sanctioning anybody that helps them, including China and Iran. That's not happening right now. We would seize Russian assets and give all of that money to Ukraine, which Trump will not do anything about, Joe Biden won't do anything about. We've got to start really putting Russia on their heels. We can do this. You don't do it the Joe Biden way by putting your head in the sand, and you don't do it the Donald Trump way by going into retreat. You do it as a strong America that's focused on telling countries what America's for and what America's against. That's what I did at the UN. I didn't care if they didn't like me, but I wanted them to respect America. That requires strength.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.